Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of what, Jeremy?
Classic Muscle Cars TV on ClassicMuscleCars.com.
Yeah, there you go. Classic Muscle Car TV. Classic Muscle Cars TV. That's the way we got to say it, right? ClassicMuscleCar.com TV, too.
Something like that.
Because the next car that you've selected to view is a very rare car, and it's a new arrival here at ClassicMuscleCars.com. Now, this is a 1969 AMC Rambler Scrambler super car. It's awesome. 394 speed, and you know what? This car is not done yet, but we're going to tell you about it, and we're going to send it out to our shops, and we're going to redo the car. Not a total body apart restoration, but we're going to get this car up into show quality standards that we have here at Northern Illinois Classic Auto Brokers. Every car that we get here, we take through a process. It's a lengthy process. It gets the cars to what we call show quality, and they are awesome when we're done with them. Now, this particular car spent its entire life in the dry desert area and air of Arizona. You don't find too many of these because most of these cars were centralized around the Midwest and the East Coast. This car spent its time in Arizona. So what that means, folks, the body is super dry. It's a super clean, dry car. Now, we have to go around and we have to wet sand, we have to buff, we have to do some paint work, we have to do a lot of detail work. We do extensive detail work here. But when we get done with this car, it is going to be absolutely show quality. This is a numbers match engine that's in this one also. Now I'm going to turn you over to Jeremy. He's going to give you a go around. He's going to take a look at the car, and I'm going to tell you some of the history about the AMC Rambler Scramblers. You know, Jeremy, before we get to talking a little bit more about this car, I'd like to tell everybody thank you for watching our show here in Chicago, Classic Muscle Car TV. Yeah. It was very well received. We had a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails. A lot of people have been saying, hey, where'd you guys go? Because after the first of the year, we're not doing it anymore, but we are returning this fall here in Chicago with a whole new group of shows, and Jeremy and I are going to go out on the road. Right, Jeremy?
We sure will.
We're going to be covering a lot of events this year. One of the events that we're going to be covering is a huge East Coast show in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and I've talked about this on my radio program before, but you've never seen it, and you got to be there to see it. So we're going to take you there. We're going to show you that show. We're going to spend quite a few days down there, as there is about 6,000 to 7,000 cars that participate and about 150,000 people. So it is an awesome thing to see, and it's at the base of the Smoky Mountains, some of the best setting for scenery anywhere, I think, in the United States. It is an awesome, incredible show. Also, I got off the phone earlier today, and we've talked about this before. We're going to be actually going up to Union Grove Dragway up here in Union Grove, Wisconsin, which is very important because that's a very historic drag strip that a lot of you who go back into the days of racing of the 60s and the 70s is going to remember Union Grove in Union Grove, Wisconsin. I talked to one of the owners up there, and we're going to actually be going up, and we're going to be doing some filming up there. We're going to be covering some of the events, and they are going to be one of our advertisers on Classic Muscle Car TV. So I'm going to turn you over to Jeremy now, and we're going to talk a little bit about this car. It's very interesting. It's some of the history of the 69 AMC Rambler Scrambler. By the late 1960s, AMC was stuck. Its only offerings in the muscle car market were the 2C AMX and the pony car Javelin. The rest of its lineup was considered by many enthusiasts as a bit boring. So, to add some excitement to their lineup, AMC offered 3 special vehicles, only offered for 1 year each. The 1969 AMC Hearst SC Rambler Scrambler, the 1970 AMC Rebel Machine, and the 1971 AMC Hornet SC 360. Each would add their own unique style to the AMC's muscle car portfolio. Needing an entry in the growing compact performance segment, AMC took the lowly Rambler Road compact and decided to make a muscle car out of it. AMC turned to Hearst Performance Research and created the SC Rambler. Its nickname is the Scrambler. It debuted in the middle of 1969 in that model year, and all of the SC Ramblers began life as appliance white Rambler hardtops. They look like refrigerators. Yeah, man. With two-tone racing mags, racing mirrors, blacked out grille and tail panel, Hearst badging, and a functional ram air hood scoop with an up-thrust snout, which I like to call the mailbox look. Under the hood, AMC fitted its largest V8, the 315-horse 390 V8, a Borg Warner 4-speed with Hearst shifter, a 354 limited slip differential, completed the powertrain. The suspension was toughened up with heavy-duty shocks, anti-sway bar, and anti-hop rear links. E70x14 red striped Goodyear polyglass tires, and the AMX's optional heavy-duty brakes, Bendix front disc, were included. The interior was the standard gray vinyl Rogue interior with the addition of reclining bucket seats with red, white, and blue headrest. Full carpeting and a Sun 8,000 RPM tack that was strapped to the steering column. A $61 AM radio was the only option available on the Rambler Scrambler. The exterior was treated to one of the wildest factory paint jobs on any muscle car of its era. Two exterior options were available. The first 500 cars built featured the A trim, which was the red center body panels on the sides and the thick blue horizontal racing stripes on the hood, roof, and deck. A blue arrow pointed towards the scoop, which had large letters spelling the words 390 cubic inch, and the word air appeared on both sides of the air scoop. When these quickly sold, a second batch were made with a new B-type trim. These mostly had white exterior with narrow red, white, and blue stripes, and they didn't look as cool as the A scheme. Then a third batch was made, and they reverted back to the A-style trim, but it was still lacking some of the original elements. About 1,200 of the 1,512 made had the A treatment. That's what many of you remember today. It may have been a supercar character, but it was quite a performer. With 315 horsepower and a curb weight of just 3,000 pounds, the hot compact had a power-to-weight ratio of just 10.3 bph, which is brake horsepower. This enabled the SC Rambler to pull off quarter-mile times in a low 14-second range at 99 miles an hour. Not bad for a little compact from AMC, even only if it lasted 1 year for the super rare classic muscle car.
What you're looking at right here is the Rambler Scrambler. We've got it loaded up on a trailer, and it's going off to one of our detail shops. And they're going to polish it up, clean it up, spruce it up, and take care of anything that needs to be done as far as appearance. And when it's done, it'll be looking spectacular. It's looking pretty good the way it is right now. We'll go for one final walk around here. When it's done, I'll be tacking more onto this video so you can see what it looks like.